I wanna know you.
When I was about 12, I had my hair done in braids. Cultural appropriation or appreciation, I really don't know. I can see both sides of the spectrum, but if I had to make a statement, I'd just say appropriate tactfully. Even the riskiest actions are usually well received if executed with tact. So yeah, it's a gray area, but that's not what this video is about. I mean, I do think that more people should come to an understanding about appropriation controversies. I think it's dumb to hold people accountable for the actions of their ancestors, but I also think that culture is important, and I understand the desire to protect one's own culture. However, I think in today's modern world, where the internet unites us all, culture is meant to be shared and appreciated by all, respectfully, of course. We should be free to borrow, but it's just common decency to give credit where credit is due. Alright, now with all the controversial stuff out of the way, here's my own personal story of the time I got braids and what it taught me. First and foremost, it taught me that unless you have afro-textured hair, don't get a weave. This isn't for appropriation reasons exactly, it's just comfort-wise. I had fake hair braided in with my real hair, but since I'm Caucasian, my hair was too weak for it, and the constant weight of the false hair caused me to have headaches every night. I remember the actual process of getting the weave put in and everything braided took a few hours. We listened to music and I just chatted. I didn't really know the lady who did it for me, but she was very sweet, and I found it cool when she told me that she was actually from Africa. Unfortunately, I can't recall what country. I wish I'd asked how she ended up in China, though. I'm sure it was quite the tale. After having my hair done, I was eager to show it off. Some friends were hosting a party. They owned an apartment on the 7th floor of their building. In our city, most of the apartments were 7 floors tall, because the law mandated that buildings with 8 floors and up required elevators, and well, that was just too much work. So, though they missed out on having an elevator, there were definite perks to having a 7th floor apartment. Besides the exercise climbing up endless flights of stairs, residents to the 7th floor apartments received ownership of the roof. Our friends made use of their roof by using it as a space to host get-togethers. It was kind of scary, but as long as you didn't get too close to the edge, the open space was refreshing. Like a little paradise, detached from the stress of the streets below. When I got there, my hair was quite the statement piece, and my vain little self felt very proud, especially when my seniors commented on my new style. But there was really only one person whose opinion mattered. I walked over to him. "What do you think?" "You kind of look like a male rock star." Not the response I'd been hoping for. I snuck out of the party and went home. My parents were gone and a family friend was babysitting. "What's wrong?" "He said I look like a male rock star." How she didn't laugh, I don't know, but kudos to her, because I was honestly crushed. He hadn't meant any harm, but I was a little girl who just wanted to feel pretty, and his comment was more than I could wrap my silly little head around. I remember I broke down crying and she hugged me. Her words I'll never forget. She said, "Not everyone will like the way you look, but that's okay. As long as you like it, that's what matters." Her words were simple, but they were exactly what I needed to hear. Following that experience, I've experimented a lot with my hair, dyeing it all sorts of colors, from purple to black to neon blue, and even pink and green accidentally. I've also tried out drastic styles, cutting it at different angles and going so far as to buzz the sides. Through it all, I've always kept her words in mind. Not everyone will like the way you look, but that's okay as long as you like it. That's what matters. It's good to take constructive input, but I've learned not to let other people's opinions make me feel insecure. Because in the end, my appearance is my own, and my opinion is the only one that truly matters. To wrap up the story of my male rock star ordeal, I think that hairstyle looked okay on me, and years later, I did actually meet a male rock star with the exact same hairstyle, so maybe my friend was onto something. And that night, I actually returned to the party. Her words had bolstered my confidence, and I ended up having a really memorable evening.
Well, we fell apart just in time. Ooh, you say at least it was worth a try. promise you it's worth a try.